Hello guys, how are you doing today? First of all, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Jonathan Ramirez. And for today, basically, we are going to talk about one of the best methodologies that, for example, I consider it's really significant for students' learning process. This methodology, this approach is called game-based learning. And basically, during this video, we are gonna try to discuss about what is it, the advantages, what are gonna be the main challenges, solutions, the implementation, and at the end, so I'm gonna try to emphasize on the importance of this methodology. Okay. So what's gonna be the idea? At the beginning of this video exercise, so basically we are gonna explain what is this methodology about. And when we are talking about game-based learning, so basically is when we are implementing interactive games to enhance the educational experience. Okay. So nowadays, when we are talking about playing with games, when we are talking about playing with video games, so it's gonna be really significant for students because students are getting a current learning style. Yeah, because for example, as you know, nowadays we are talking about technology, we are talking about the different, I don't know, the different apps or technological devices that, for example, we are using nowadays in our class. Okay. Um, when we are talking about this methodology, it's really significant, as I told you at the beginning of this presentation. Why? Because, for example, students are developing different skills, okay, such as engagement, motivation, persistence, communication, simulation, active learning, collaboration, teamwork, self-assessment, and active role. When we are talking about motivation and engagement, so it's gonna be really remarkable because students are gonna be more motivated to participate, to study, to be involved in the class. Because it's gonna be totally different, for instance, when we are taking a regular class where the teacher is explaining, where the teacher is reading, where the teacher is writing the information. No. Okay. Another important upside, for example, we have in this methodology, in this approach, is that, for example, students are getting immediate feedback, okay? Because, for example, when students are playing a specific game, and they are doing some specific challenges or some specific task, so they are going to get the answer immediately, okay? So they are going to realize what the mistakes they are making, for example, at that moment, okay? And of course, they are communicating the information, they are working in teams, they have an active role, and they are simulating the environment or the background that we are trying to practice, okay? What would I like to change, or what are gonna be the possible solutions? So this one it's a little bit complicated because so basically we have to get a balance, okay, in some specific cases, okay. For example, if we are talking about games, okay, so we have to be very careful because we have to implement educational games, okay? Uh, Basically, we have to create games related or aligned with the curriculum. Okay, it's not like we are going to play any game that, for example, I am trying to choose. Yeah, no, we have to get an objective, we have to get a purpose, a grammar topic, the specific content, because at the end of that game, at the end of that activity that I am implementing in class, the students have to reach some specific skills, some specific goals, okay? And another one that I consider really important is that, for example, maybe in some specific cases, the school or the place where the teacher is working, maybe it doesn't have technological access. Okay, so that's why we have to um, use a different we have to use a big variety of gadgets, okay? Cell phones, tablets, computers. We have to look for the alternative in order to use different technological devices. And of course, it's really important, for example, try to use educational platforms, okay? Nowadays, we have a lot of on internet and they are free, so you don't have to pay for that, okay? The implementation, okay, it's gonna be divided into categories, practical examples and technological resources. Practical examples, in this case, we are able to use this method, this approach, this methodological approach in different situations, okay? For example, when we are talking about specific subjects, such as math, science, or language arts, so we are able to use this grammar exercise, no, this methodological approach, okay? And of course, when we are talking about technological resources, okay, nowadays we have a wide variety of games, websites, apps, okay? For example, if we are talking about educational game platforms, we have Kahoot, Quizzes, we have another one that is EducaPlay, okay? If we are talking about game development tools, we have Scratch, Unity, or in general, we are able to use school computers or tablets for students' use, okay? So basically, those are gonna be like the main advantages. Okay, when we are talking about game-based learning, we are developing design thinking. We are able to encourage the creativity and innovation. We promote collaboration and communication with the students. The students are more motivated, more active in class. And that's why basically I decided to choose this methodology, this approach, because from the other ones that we were practicing in our classes, they are also remarkable, but I think that one of the best ways for learning any specific subject is by means of playing games, okay? And that's gonna be like the idea, okay? Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in another opportunity. Okay? See you. Bye bye.